It's a magical time of year where sleigh bells ring. Ooh, when all the planeswalkers walk and you can hear them sing. Christmas,
Slinging spells through the night.
Christmas,
Powerful beings of light.
Christmas,
Winning glory on the battlefield.
Christmas,
And I still believe that Santa's real. Combos echo in the morning sun. Our commander game is never done. When you lose, it's tragic. I'm still so magic.
Happy Magic the Gathering Christmas.
Maybe I'll sign this while we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, do it, man.
I got this copy. I opened this copy of Thrumming Hive Pool in Edge of Eternities. I got a foil one. This is Luke's chase card from the set.
This is my chase card of the year.
Oh, well, I guess I'm just giving this to Luke. So
And it's gone to good use so far. But yeah, that's my my newest thing, listeners, is that whenever I'm gifted a card from somebody, I need them to sign it, so that whenever I play it, I can remember those people.
which is what I'm doing currently. I got these fancy paint markers, these Posca markers. So I think
When you have to shake it and there's like there's like an actuator in there, then
What?
yeah, it's good.
What colors do you think would look best? I was gonna do like blue and white, but now that I'm looking at the colors in the art, what color? What are these colors?
Well, I'm colorblind, so I'm the wrong guy to ask.
I'm also colorblind.
I don't know. It looks like red to me.
I'm thinking
brown?
it's like listeners. Please let us know what colors are in Thrumming Hive Pool. Also, this is the foil printing, which is not helping our case at all.
We're gone. Honestly, you might as well go blue and white.
Dude, maybe I do orange and yellow.
Sure.
I feel like that might be kind of sick.
Do it.
Maybe we'll do this light orange.
Sure.
It's kind of a fun color. And then I'll do like yellow highlights in the signature. We're going to I'll test this as we go. But,
why not?
Yeah, anyways, welcome in, listener. Welcome to Wild Dogs, a Magic the Gathering podcast. I'm your host, Leland. With me here today is our other co-host, Luke.
Hey, everyone.
And thank you for stopping by and listening to us ramble on about all things magic. I'm still fixated on this Thrumming Hive Pool. Anyways,
I distracted you with
this
that.
is. I'll have to post a picture of my signature. I was showing Luke before we started the show. I have a couple signatures from Joe Slucher, who is a magic artist. Tons of great pieces. I showed Luke my Ramanop excavator and Embercleave.
Yeah.
And man, what a cool signature. It's very like...
Also, that's a very cool card.
Yeah, Embercleave is so good. I might have to... I'll post a picture of Thrumming Hive Pool with my signature next to like my Ramanop excavator and Embercleave or something with Joe's.
You
signature.
also have the cool promo artwork. Yeah, here you go.
It's like the release promo when Hour of Devastation dropped. Joe made this really cool art. I actually really like the OG art as well for Ramanop excavator, but yeah, the Joe Slucher art is very good. And his signature is like, it's all confined within like a circle.
Yeah.
It's very cool. So I'm going to try to emulate that with my signature on Thrumming Hive Pool here. And yeah, we'll let you know how that goes, I guess, after the show. But yeah, welcome into our 2025 year in review for Magic the Gathering. We did this last year and figured we should just keep the tradition going.
I think this has to be an annual episode.
Yeah.
Because
I think so.
A lot happened this year in the world of magic and in our own lives.
And life.
Yeah, and life. So we should talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of the general gist of this episode is just going to be us going through Magic, the Gathering from 2025 as a whole. We'll look at each set, some sets more briefly than others, and just kind of go through some of the highlights and lowlights of the year for us. Talk about maybe some of our personal goals with Magic in 2026 moving forward.
Yeah.
As well as just kind of where the show is at for 2026 and beyond, I guess.
Yeah. I'm a big New Year's guy. I like celebrating, getting through another year of life and then starting something new in the next year. I'm a big fan of that, and so I love doing this episode because it's kind of a little microcosm of the year. Because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of mark time a little bit by what set came out during that time of the year, or oh, I remember that, February, oh yeah, Ether Drift, we did X, Y, and Z, we went to the store and we played, so I kind of use Magic as a way to and set releases as a way to kind of mark what year. I remember oh, Final Fantasy, that was the set that came out when I got married.
Yep.
And then I was kind of bummed about it because I was I don't care about this set.
Yeah, it's I totally do that same thing. And when we were putting together the show notes for this episode, naturally I had all the sets that came out this year in order, and I kind of mentally did that same thing where you catalog your year based around what happened with these sets. It's part of why I enjoy doing pre-release, and I encourage people to at least try to get a draft in or do sealed whenever a set comes out, because for me that's kind of the one time I like to go to an LGS or go to a friend's house and sit down with packs of the new set and actually play with the cards.
Yeah.
So I remember I did Innistrad Remastered sealed. I did a Tarkir Dragonstorm sealed. I was in Chicago for MagicCon Chicago when Ether Drift came out. So it's just it's a fun way of archiving what's going on in your life around these Magic set releases. So yeah, it'll be fun to kind of talk through some of those memories as we go here.
Heck yeah, I love it.
But let's start with some our classic kind of news and updates section at the top of the show here.
Yeah.
For personal updates, Wild Dogs updates, I am selling my Pokemon collection.
It's about time.
It's about time. It's I have loved Pokemon for my whole life. Been playing the video game, collecting the cards for literally since I had a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Gold. I've played pretty much every main series game since then, and throughout the years have accumulated a pretty big collection of Pokemon TCG cards that it turns out now are worth kind of a pretty penny. And I'm not fully done with Pokemon. I still love Pokemon a lot, but I also have a cube I need to fund, a Magic the Gathering cube.
And I need to eat.
And I need to eat and pay my bills and and maybe buy a Mox Jet.
Yeah, I say you just say screw it and get that Mox Jet with all that money.
I'm so tempted.
Listen,
so tempted.
You'll be hungry every day. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Every day you'll be hungry, but a Mox Jet that lasts forever.
That's true. It's so true. Yeah, unlikely, but you never know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this this sale here. Definitely.
We'll update you.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, my Pokemon collection will be gone. I'm going down to shout out the Mana Vault in Milwaukee. It's a special spot. We've talked about it here on the show before. One of the best Magic stores in the country.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very cool spot. Very cool team there. Shout out Adam. He's going to help me go through my whole collection, figure something out, shake hands at the end of it, and I will leave that store with some amount of money and probably a lot of Magic the Gathering singles for my cube. So
hey, there
that is the goal.
I feel like that's a good trade-off where it's hey, family, I got us some more money, but also I got a handful of cards that I needed.
Yeah.
We both win,
Yeah. Because I've talked about my Anhava in cube here several times, and as it's kind of grown and expanded, I still have a ton of cards that I need to purchase, and as a guy who has a wife and child, I can't just be dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of Magic cards right now. So I was initially going to sell a bunch of like Magic singles that are just in my binder.
Okay.
I was mentioning to Luke like a Phyrexian Altar, a bunch of like. I should actually just pull up my buy list so you can see some. Of the
I would
stuff
buy that
I'm,
from you. The Phyrexian Altar, for the record.
Yeah, and I still might sell some of it, but I've determined that I think I'm just gonna get rid of all my Pokemon cards. So there's an artist that I love, Tomokazu Komiya.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that binder. That'll be my Pokemon card project moving forward. Is I want to collect every Tomokazu Komiya card, and that'll be I'm totally okay with that being my experience with Pokemon card collecting.
Okay.
I'll have a small collection of probably, some of my favorite Pokemon like Flareon, Weezing, Honchkrow, like I was saying to you. So some like oddball one-off cards that I just love. But for the most part, I'm okay with getting rid of all my Charizards and Pikachus and Mimikyus and the like. So yeah, turning that into Magic cards and savings.
Yeah.
And maybe a Mox Jet.
Maybe a Mox Jet. We'll see. How do you feel like, going into this, years of collecting Pokemon cards? How do you feel about, saying goodbye to those?
Yeah, it's going to be hard for some of them. Some of them are from my like childhood collection.
Yeah. That's what I was assuming.
Some of them, I got back into the hobby in college for a little bit. Right when it was like Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, I was playing the games a bit more. So I was buying packs of cards on the weekends, go to the store, go to like Walmart or whatever and just buy a bunch of packs. And just kind of kept that going for a few years there. So I've got a ton of Sun and Moon. I've got a ton of XY era. So like XY Evolutions, which is, I got a box of that when it was still like a, $200 box. It's now like, probably $1,500 box.
$20 million.
Yeah, I don't know. It's insane how the market has gone. And obviously it's not going to crash anytime soon, but I also kind of want to this feels like the right time just personally for me to like kind of move on from some of that.
Okay.
And still just like, make a little bit of money. And I've just kind of accepted that Magic is now my like trading card hobby.
Yeah.
Pokemon, it's scratching that itch. Pokemon is not that for me anymore. So
fair enough.
Yeah, this Phyrexian Altar, the
you got the cool one
yeah,
too.
the Double Masters 2022 borderless.
Oh, that's so cool.
The heavy metal. And it's actually a sliver, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was like.
So
might have to drop $60 on this. Might have to buy that.
So yeah, there are a couple things like I've got these Zask Skittering Swarmlords, which I think were boosted by maybe Spider-Man. I don't know. There's some card like new card, Universes Beyond card that came out that this card went from being like pennies to now being a $26 card.
Also with the new rule in Commander for the split mana. That's also probably helped boost this too.
Interesting. I wonder
because you can throw some mono green decks now.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow, this might actually just be a good card in my
we just
Titania card. I don't know.
Now?
Maybe I'll keep one. I've got a couple of them, but yeah, stuff like I've got a Lumra, which I actually need the regular version, the M15 frame. I have the borderless one, which is funny because I sold my M15 frame one to the Mana Vault, and I kept this one. And now that I'm here in this Onhava Inn era where every card has to be M15 frame,
I made a mistake here.
On borderless. It's actually the other. That's the printing I want. This is the one I don't want. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
So yeah, there's just some weird oddball stuff. I've got the Anime Grave Pact, which is like $20. I've got this borderless Phyrexian Tower, which is $30. I had no idea this was like a $30 card still for some reason. Obviously extremely powerful, but just got reprinted in Modern Horizons 3. I thought this would definitely drop down at least a little bit. And then you had Triome, which I need for my cube, but again, it's the borderless one for my Coria. You just change that one out.
Yeah.
Same thing for this underground mortuary. Need to change this one out for from borderless to M15. Hollowed Fountain, retro frame from Ravnica Remastered needs to be M15 frame. So a lot of little stuff like that. Cards that I can still use. This Takenuma is like the expanded. I forget what this called. The extended art one.
Yeah.
It needs to be the non-extended art. So like
Dude, that's hilarious.
little stuff like that, little like small aesthetic detail things that I need to amend.
That's kind of part of the fun of making a cube. You know?
Yeah, setting those aesthetic restrictions and certain restrictions for your format.
Yeah, you're designing the gameplay that you want and also the aesthetic you want.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, and I don't get me wrong, I love cubes. Like our buddy Taylor has a vintage cube and he's got just like a ton of bling in it. That's like,
yeah, he does.
like, you know, like the retro frame, the retro foil ephemerate. Like, man, I would love to have that in my cube, but
doesn't fit.
Just doesn't fit in. But it's cool to see.
Style.
I love seeing other cubes that just have like crazy cool printings of cards. To some extent, though.
Okay. Side note, listeners, we're looking at the Commander Masters, Azusa.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did not like this silhouette. What is that?
The portrait.
The portrait.
Yeah.
I did not like the portrait versions of all these popular commanders, powerful commanders.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
There's certain ones. This one I was enamored by. I actually have the foil printing of the portrait Azusa in my Titania deck, and I think I'm just going to sell it for a regular,
Yeah,
the regular one, because like the classic Champions of Kamigawa art is this is Azusa.
Yes.
For me, like this is like iconic.
Yep.
The other art, this
one.
one is really cool too. The Winona Nelson, I love her art a lot.
That's the printing I have in a couple decks.
Yeah, this is probably my preferred art is the Winona Nelson art. So this might be it's the other Commander Masters M15 frame.
Asian lady in the trees. That's what I want.
Yeah, Kamigawan lady in the trees. The Jukai Forest.
Oh, excuse me.
I do not miss Jukai Forest. It is not my home. My home is Kamigawa. It's people, my family. Whenever I set my pack and rest my head, I am home.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Anyways.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Anyways, I'm selling cards. That's my update. I'll probably cut a lot of that down. But yeah, that's my update, Luke. I'm selling my Pokemon collection and maybe buying a Mox Jet. But we'll see. I don't know.
Listen, I won't tell anyone if you do it, okay? Your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, what's new with you?
What's new with me? So, two things for you. Number one, my house keeps trying to kill me. I bought a house and it's been 3 times trying to kill me.
Oh boy.
I had a freak accident where I was taking a shower, and I know, right? I never take a shower, and the first time I do in years, it tries to kill me. Yeah. But my Leland saw me, but I was on crutches for a while there because my my shower door it was a glass shower door and it exploded, and it was like the second or third time that shower was used. So like what has it barely used a handful of times, and the door shattered and like glass got everywhere, and my poor wife was pulling glass out of like my butt cheek. It was awful. But I had a bunch of glass in my feet, and I had to go to like the doctor, and then they had to like pull it out of my feet. It was pretty bad. But I'm walking now, so we're fine. So that was the first time.
At it.
Second time, 2 weeks later, my furnace died in the middle of the night when we're in Wisconsin. So it was we woke up and it was cold out. I was like, oh man, why isn't our furnace working? And it turned out that the furnace died in the middle of the night, so we had to like rush order a furnace, and they're not cheap for our listeners who live in like Florida and warmer parts of the country. Furnaces are really expensive, so I had to buy that. So I almost froze to death one night, and then most recently we found out that there was this old type of insulator in our upstairs that has asbestos in it. I was like telling my dad about it. He's like, "Hey, you just don't have an attic anymore. Just don't go up there. Like it's poisonous. It'll kill you,
brother."
So, I guess third time's the charm. Maybe that's maybe we're done with.
No, it's gonna keep trying to kill you. I hate
Yeah.
to break it to you.
I don't want to say my house is haunted, but it might not like me. I don't know. We're still becoming friends, but so that's the first thing.
Still becoming friends.
Yeah, we're figuring each other out. We're working on our relationship. My next thing, I've been doing what you do, listeners at home. Leland is famous for he'll be in bed at night and he just he goes through old sets and just reads every card in them. And so I've been doing that. And I went down a tangent the other night and I started looking at the 30th anniversary cards that everybody hated.
Heck yeah.
I kind of like this set. Like, I hate to admit it. You know what it is? I like the old, like the modern border on these old artwork cards.
Yes.
I posted a Chaos Orb from 30th anniversary that has like the modern border to the old Chaos Orb art. It looks really good. I kind of like it.
I'm right there with you. I'm actually right there
with
with you because when I made the decision that my cube is going to be fully M15 frame, I also was looking through like Animate Dead, the new art, and like no shade to these artists, but all new art, M15 frame, Animate Deads, the art is awful. It's just bad.
Okay.
But you can get Animate Dead in 30th anniversary edition. So you can get the M15 with the original art. Like this, for example, this is the, again, no shade to Anthony Jones. I do not like this art. There's also the Bastion El Deharme, which I don't hate this art.
It's better.
It's okay. But then you just look at the original Anime Dead art by Anson Maddox, and you're like, come on, what are we talking about? This is it.
This
is the one.
Yeah.
So with the M15 frame, it looks so good. Another one that I'm getting for my cube is Balance. This is going to be a little bit more of a pretty penny. It's like, well, actually, Animate Dead was about 15. It looks like this says it's 18.
Okay. Get a damaged copy. Bring her down to 12.
It's going to be like $20, $25. That's fine though. I'm selling my Pokemon cards. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm selling my Pokemon cards. I'll buy whatever. What's funny is they just reprinted the Eternal Masters one in Mystery Booster. So it's literally a 50-cent card right now. Like I can get this printing, which the art from Kev Walker is epic.
It looks so good.
This is some amazing art, and it's only $2. I can get a foil one for $6. Instead, I'm buying the 30th anniversary Mark Poole original art in M15 frame for the culture, as Luke likes to say.
For the culture, you got to do it. Yeah, I get it.
There's also, speaking of Mark Poole, he did a more recent one in a Secret Lair.
Cool.
It's probably my least favorite of the bunch. And I actually have a Japanese Kev Walker EMA. I have this in Japanese. Obviously not good for cube, but yeah, it's just funny that the rares from 30th anniversary are just, they're naturally expensive because they come from $300 packs or whatever. So,
and actually, funnily enough, our friend Taylor, who's been on the show, he made a good point where he's like, if you're really trying to be speculative, you should probably be buying the 30th anniversary cards because, who knows, maybe in like 10 years they could be, vintage, they could change, they're not legal right now but they might reverse that and they might be legal.
Right.
And then the price of those are going to explode. So,
yeah. Another one I'm getting is the Swords to Plowshares, the original Jeff Menges art, the classic of the guy with the scythe in the field.
So cool.
I'm gonna grab one of those too. But I don't know. I kind of agree with Taylor. I mean, he's a vintage guy. He would know. It's an interesting thought to spec.
I almost bought that counterspell just for the culture, as they say.
$14
for $14, and like you can get this printing. You can get that artwork and.
Well, it's actually like fairly the OG art. Yeah, you can get like the white border ones for probably a couple bucks.
Yeah,
you can get it for the low, for sure. But yeah, I love that you're going through 30th anniversary because obviously super problematic set, but man, is it cool to see stasis in an M15 frame. You know what I mean?
This set is like, it's like buying a diamond ring, but the diamond was like blood diamond, where you're like, it's a beautiful ring and I really love this. I'm going to cherish it forever. But also, it wasn't made with the best intentions.
Right.
That's what this feels like.
I dig it, man. Yeah. Here's a hippie. OG hippie.
Like, that looks so good with the
looks so
modern, updated frame. I don't know. I like it. Cancel me. I don't know. It looks cool.
No, it's grown on me.
Yeah, look at the soul ring.
Except for the soul ring.
So cool.
The soul ring looks so bad with the
I like
zoomed
it.
in. The zoomed in ring.
Dude, I like it.
Dude, you gotta get one. You gotta get one of these.
It's just a bad taste, I guess, I don't know what to tell you.
No. I like funky stuff like this. Hill Giant, one of my favorite cards. The GOAT. I might get this lightning bolt too.
I know.
Anyways.
It looks so good.
Yeah. 30th anniversary.
I like it.
I'm
into it.
Our food for thoughtcast question from last episode is, which MTG block would you want to draft or build a cube for? This is a great question. A great question, me.
Yeah. Just awarding yourself a medal,
Yeah, I guess for me, and I kind of cheated. I instead of picking one, I was like, okay, I'm going to pick one old frame, one modern frame, and one M15 frame, right? We don't have to get into the weeds of these. I think they're fairly self-explanatory. They just kind of demonstrate, I guess, my tastes in these formats.
Okay.
For old frame, I'd want to do Odyssey block. I just love Odyssey. It's one of my favorite sets. It also would include Torment and Judgment. There's some fun cards, some funky old foils. That could be fun. For modern frame, Kamigawa. Naturally,
classic
planes. I also considered saying Zendikar block, but it's kind of a toss-up between those two. And then for M15 frame, it's like not even close. We would do Khans of Tarkir. I'm just like, Tarkir, like through building the Anhava Inn, one of the things I've learned about myself is that I'm a Tarkir guy.
You're a Tarkir guy.
Like there's so many bangers from like a card design standpoint that it's just, I'm a Tarkir guy. I don't know what to say.
That's fair. That's fine.
And I never got to experience this, Khans or Dragons of Tarkir when they came out. So it'd be fun to do, even if just like I proxy up a Khans of Tarkir cube.
Yeah.
And we just
do it.
We just fire it one of these nights.
I'm down.
Could be kind of fun. So those are my picks. Luke, how about you?
Yeah, so I also put 3 down. I put down 30th anniversary as kind of a joke. It'd be kind of fun to draft. It'd be so expensive.
Let's do it. It'd be sweet.
I'd be down.
It'd be sweet.
It'd be very expensive, but we could do it. My next one was Legions. I kind of want to draft Legions. Legions, for our listeners, so the Onslaught block is what I would want to do.
Dude, I love Onslaught.
And specifically, I'd want to do a draft of the Legions set because that, for the listeners at home that don't know, that's the set that was all about creatures.
Yeah.
So that it didn't have.
It was, I think, only creatures.
Only
right?
creatures. Yeah, only creatures, and so that's kind of where they got the like on play effects. Kind of, they really flex that design muscle. And so I think that would be kind of fun to play Legions. And then if I was to make a cube based on a set, I would do Kaladesh.
Ooh, yeah.
Kaladesh is one of my favorite sets of all time. I love I'm a big artifact, mono blue artifact guy, and that was kind of the mono blue artifact set. Some of my favorite characters came from that set too, not just Padim, but also Size from that set too. Yep. So I really like that set, and I find myself scrolling through Scryfall and just looking at all the cards in that set. It's probably, if I had to put a favorite set, it would probably be that one. So
I mean, it makes sense. You're the not only are you like the artifact guy, you're like the Boros artifact guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, yeah, you got Pia Nalar. There's just a very like strong red artifact theme, and then you've got the Gear Hulks.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense that this would be one of your favorites for sure. All
I
right.
hope we don't go back to Kaladesh
Really?
because
Why
I don't
not?
trust modern wizards to do it right.
I guess. I mean, they did a little. They touched on it in
Yeah, in the Aether Drift.
Aether Drift, which I guess hot take. I like Aether Drift. We'll talk about that in a
Yeah,
little
we'll
bit.
talk about. I did too.
I wonder. Hold on. If I just do Art Kaladesh, it pulls up. Yeah, because there's naturally it being the like racing themed. It would be vehicle themed set. There's gonna be a ton of Kaladeshian themed.
I don't think that in that set they actually went to Kaladesh, but
No.
the tech is from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So okay, they pulled the tech. If I remember from the story, they yeah.
So why wouldn't you want them to return to Kaladesh? You just kind of like keeping it encapsulated within its own.
It
Little,
was great. Yeah, like I don't want it to be messed with.
That's fair.
I don't want I don't need to see the band get back together.
That's
you know what
fair.
I mean?
Although I will say, to like kind of my point of like Cons of Tarkir block being my favorite, they returned to that this year.
It was great.
And it ruled.
They needed to talk. we'll get to that, but I think they needed to talk way more about that set.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll get there.
On to WotC news, some Wizards news. We're not going to get into the weeds of this too much, but they canceled a secret lair. The Monster Hunter collaboration was, I think it like was about to go on sale, and then the feedback was so poor in terms of the card quality.
Yeah,
that they took it back. They literally announced, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we announced it." They released the card images. The product was might have even been printed.
probably.
It might
Probably
be
in a landfill.
Yeah, might be in a landfill. Someone's gonna get their hands on this contraband.
Dude, I hope so.
That'd be so cool.
Bootleg Magic cards. Let's go.
But they they just missed the mark completely. Again, we don't have to hyper analyze this. Basically, none of the cards were worth the $30 price of entry for this secret lair, and they're going back to the drawing board. So kind of interesting to see that they at the very least took the backlash seriously. They took the customer feedback seriously here and considered it, but also what a failure that they let this basically almost go to print. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they bounce back from this, I guess. And they're going back to the drawing board. So hopefully the Monster Hunter collaboration when it comes out is worthwhile. I figure they're going to have to make up for it. So they're going to maybe overcompensate and it's going to be crazy good. But, we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of like two thoughts kind of came to mind on this. Number one is I actually wouldn't fully blame Wizards for this because they definitely shared these cards with Capcom, and they're not gonna they wouldn't be able to sell the secret lair without getting approval from Capcom.
Right, but it's kind of on the Wizards team to it's one thing for like the flavor connection to be there. I think there was one.
Oh no, I was thinking like there was spelling errors.
Really?
Yeah. So
what?
like I was reading that like one of the cards, like the creature's name was spelled wrong.
Oh my gosh!
And so I was like,
so that's
kind of on Capcom to be like, oh wait, you spelled our character wrong, like
wow.
that creature wrong. I don't know very. I played one of the Monster Hunter games, the one that was
what was it? Wilds
2 ones ago. So I played the one that went to PC, whatever that one.
Yeah,
not the newest one.
The Wild Hunt, Monster Hunter Witcher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Witcher crossover. Yeah, that's what I play. I mean, dude, I don't know. It's the same shit.
I don't know.
But that's the one that I played. So I'm not a huge Monster Hunter guy. But so apparently there was like spelling errors on like they spelled one of the creatures wrong.
Yikes.
And so that's on Capcom. But but like as flavor and mechanics go, that's on Wizards, and that's not on Capcom to know if like a card is powerful or not. That's not really their domain. So
no,
it's
not.
So kind of a fumbling of both companies, but I will say though, my second point is that there's this huge explosion of new trading card games coming out right now. And I think that just like kind of like what's going on with Windows 11 right now, how people are jumping to Mac OS and Linux. It's like kind of the same thing where it's like people are looking poor quality like this is why it's just another reason why people are looking to jump ship right now. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's Wizards. You're gonna have to recall some shit. You're gonna have to, this is an Xbox, red ring of death situation where you got to recall a bunch of stuff and take the financial hit and to keep,
Right.
The player sentiment high.
Yeah, we'll see how they respond. Obviously, not the best look for Secret Lair. Secret Lair hasn't been looking too hot from a consumer's buyer's perspective for a while now, but especially so when the design team is starting to really flub it up. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Again,
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens, and hopefully they bounce back and knock it out of the park next time. We will see.
We'll see.
With that, let's jump into the main topic today, which is our year in review for both Magic the Gathering, the game, and Wild Dogs, the show. So first, let's start with Wizards, the year in review with the release sets. This year we saw 7 major set releases in Innistrad Remastered, Ether Drift, Tarkir Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, Marvel Spider-Man, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Before we jump into like kind of our favorites, like the wins and losses in our eyes, just looking at this timeline here, Luke, how do you feel about, I guess, the year as a whole in terms of just releases? When we were looking at this roadmap, starting with Innistrad, all the way down to current day, Avatar, what's like kind of just the general vibe you get from how Wizards did, I should say, in 2025?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have a. I don't have
that's
a.
fair.
I high highs, low lows.
Yeah.
It's so I give it a C plus as a whole.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Some of the highest highs of Magic, some of the most fun I've had this year has come from the sets this year, but also some of the biggest lows as well.
Sure.
So I'd say C plus. If I had to give it a letter grade, a C plus, middle of the road, passing grade, but not anything spectacular.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I think I'm pretty much right there with you on the grade. I think C plus is fair. I really don't want to go B minus because my spoiler alert, my favorite set of the year might be Ether Drift, and that's a bad Magic set.
So that's not what you want to tell stakeholders, I get you.
So yeah, I think C plus is fair. My general overview is just, we had some high highs and seen in the likes of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I really personally enjoyed Ether Drift, at least that period in time with Magic, maybe not the set itself, but I got to go to MagicCon for my birthday, my 30th birthday. That was Ether Drift. I got to, talking about selling Pokemon cards. I sold a Pokemon card for a collector booster box of Ether Drift, which is hilarious to think about in retrospect. But that moment of like going to the Mana Vault, basically trading one card for a collector booster box for my birthday was like a cool moment.
Yeah.
Opening up that was my collector booster box for the year, was because of that moment, and it was Ether Drift. And I love, again, spoiler alert, I love one of my favorite cards this year is Hashiton, Scarab's Fist. I built that deck. That's one of my few commander projects that I really had a lot of fun with and kind of blinged out, kind of went all out with. So one of the higher moments in Magic for me was earlier on in 2025 with Ether Drift. And the set itself is not a true miss. There's a lot of cards that I really do love from Ether Drift, but not super great for constructed play as a whole. They're fun, a couple fun flashy cards. Your stock ups, your I forget the guy's name, the Orzhov legendary that everyone was freaking out about. Yeah, there's some cool stuff out of that set, but yeah, it's interesting that the higher highs were definitely brought down by stuff like Spider-Man. It seems like everyone's really loving this Avatar set, so I can't speak to that. Personally, Final Fantasy was well received as well, if we're talking Universes Beyond. So while those sets they don't speak to me personally,
Yeah.
I can't say that they were lows this year because a lot of people loved them. There's a lot of pretty good cards. Kind of going to your point of like looking back on the year and seeing moments in your own life in these sets. I do remember with Final Fantasy, I opened one pack of Final Fantasy this year, and it was at the courthouse, the Milwaukee County Courthouse.
Okay. All right. I don't know if that's good, but okay.
No, it was for my get my daughter's birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
So it was like
All right.
it was like a special moment, but just funny that and it was actually on my wife's birthday too.
I love that.
So it was like wife's
Okay.
birthday, picking up the daughter's birth certificate, went down to the beach, had like a really nice day, and opened up in the courthouse. What's his name? The big samurai,
Tina.
the mono-red samurai. It's like Goro Miyazaki. No, Gonzo. No. I'm gonna find this. I put it in a deck because it's like, yeah, I don't really care about Final Fantasy, but I found this cool Gilgamesh Master at Arms.
Okay.
I got the borderless foil in this, one random pack Final Fantasy that I got, so it's like,
cool.
Those little moments, those weird little moments with Magic kind of make the year fun. So yeah, I'm going C+. I'm right there with you, Luke.
Yeah.
Lots of really fun moments with Magic this year. And then we also had, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get there. Anyways, let's talk about our personal biggest wins. Speaking of the highest highs this year, let's get into some of the things we really loved about Magic in 2025. For me, my favorite sets, as will come to the surprise of no one, are Universes Within sets, and they're going to be Tarkir Dragonstorm, Ether Drift, and Edge of Eternities are my top three, and probably in that order. So, Tarkir being my favorite, second favorite being Ether Drift, third favorite being Edge of Eternities. For Tarkir Dragonstorm, I'm a huge Tarkir fan, like I was just saying.
Yeah.
Many of the designs in Dragonstorm are very emblematic of why I love a lot of the original designs seen in Fate Reforged and Dragons and Cons. So yeah, it was just super fun to see the Sarkhan reimagined.
Yeah.
These new dragons that are all super dope. I have the Sultai Precon that I did like an upgrade for. It's probably one of my favorite commander decks of the year. So that set was just probably my favorite set. A lot of really great things going for it. A lot of those cards are in my cube.
Yeah, Wizards definitely should have talked about that set more. I feel like they talked about it for an hour and then they never brought it up again this year.
It was in a very weird pocket because I think it was, again, they do this thing with spoiler season where they spoil, you see the full spoiler on a set, you get ready for release, and then at literal release weekend, you're seeing Final Fantasy stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at a pre-release event to celebrate Tarkir and have fun, and that was, in terms of events, Magic, going to an LGS this year, that was peak for me, was Tarkir Dragonstorm.
But
it's funny because that same weekend, that's Final Fantasy preview season. People talk about Final Fantasy, to your point, and they kind of a lot of the hype and excitement about Tarkir when it released was muted by this total focus on Final Fantasy. So yeah, I agree. I wish there was a bit more pomp and circumstance about Tarkir Dragonstorm. But yeah, I went to the pre-release event at Old Guard with a couple buddies, and got it was packed. I've never been in a place where it was just packed to the gills with people. Like there was a queue outside the store.
Oh, no way.
They had to turn people away. Jacob got there super late, was out there like some guy was like, yeah, just take my spot, whatever. Like otherwise wouldn't have been able to even get in the building.
That's
it was like a really weird set of circumstances. This guy was like, yeah, I'll just come back to the next one. You know, you just take my spot. So it's
That's
just
nice
like,
of him.
it was
That's
so
cool.
packed that they had to turn people away. And, you know, because of how Tarkir works, you have all the clans. So you've got all the 3-color pre-release boxes. The pre-release kits are all, you know, divided that way. So we had to raffle off, or like they were pulling names in order to, you know, because a lot of people wanted Sultai, or a lot of people wanted Mardu. So it was like, well, to make this fair, we'll pull names.
That's so cool.
And I was the first name pulled. So I went straight to the Sultai pre-release kit, grabbed it, felt so stoked. And then this is the thing about sealed. My sealed pool was ass. It was so bad. It was just not even close to being.
That's
good.
the game, man.
It's
That's
like
the game you play.
And then you pull up. I threw together. I forced Sultai. I probably should have gone Mardu. Just looking at my rares and the environment, it probably would have been a better deck. But I was like, you know, I'm here. I got this Sultai box. I'm just gonna force Sultai, which ended up being fine. I think I went like 1-2. It was like not.
Okay.
I didn't do great, but
Yeah.
in the one prize pack I got, I opened Crater Hoop Behemoth, so
Hey, that's pretty good.
made it worth it.
It's your money back right there.
Yeah, right. At the time, at least, I think now it's like $10 for a Crater Hoop.
Dude, the good old days.
I also did Innistrad Remastered pre-release at the top of the year, and I opened an Edgar Markov, and I think I sold it immediately. Because at the time, when it was like $40, like right away, it was like $40, $50. So it's like, well, this pays for my pre-release. So, God, it's just kind of funny that just how that worked with the, you know, I was the first one for Sultai, or the first one for the raffle, and the pool, my sealed pool was just terrible. You know, sitting across from someone who just has like all of the best limited bombs, all the best limited rares and mythics.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm not going to win this, but it's still fun. I do enjoy sealed. I enjoy sealed for that reason, the like true pure randomness. But you can totally get just like screwed over.
Get a box of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it does really, like in today's era of Magic, you really do need to consider your rares and mythics. You really need to, again, that's not everything when it comes to building a limited deck. But if if you open just a cracked sealed pool, and I think I talked about this a little bit in our last year's recap with Karlov Manor, I 3-0'd that, won 6 games in a row because my sealed pool was just, let's just have all the best Boros cards, and we'll just give them to Leland and just let him win this, I guess. I don't know. So that's just kind of how it goes with sealed. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's really not good. But enjoy Tarkir.
That's the game you play. Yeah.
Next up is Ether Drift. Again, despite being a bit of a lower powered level kind of mess of a set, there are a lot of really great cards that I still love, like all the Gear Hulks. And then, I just love the creative design and flavor. Kind of being, a lot of people like this term hat set, the kind of like Tokyo Drift, Drift Fast and the Furious hat set or whatever.
NASCAR set.
But I kind of love that. I'm a big like car guy, I guess you could say. And I just had fun with it for what it was. And again, like I was expressing earlier, it was at a point in my life where it was like birthday, MagicCon, shenanigans. So just a very fun part of the year for me. And then finally, Edge of Eternities, I think for me was like the kind of highlight of in-universe Magic design for Constructed. There are, which is hard to say because I think the set mechanics that are seen in the limited environment are pretty not great.
Yeah.
Like the lander tokens I'm not hot on. The station mechanic I think is just straight up bad. Mechanically there's some issues there, but if we're looking at Edge of Eternities, which I guess I should probably pull up a list of EOE cards here while I'm talking about it briefly. Yeah, we've got, just to name a couple, one of my favorite cards, if not favorite card of the year, Ice Till Explorer, extremely good. Exalted Sunborn, which I still need to buy this card, but beautiful Scott Fisher art for yet another white token doubler. You've got these the mythic land cycle, the monocolored land cycle I think is very strong. Cosmogran Zenith I think is probably my favorite kind of, I don't know, one of my favorite creatures of the year. I think from a top down design, it's just nuts. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's but mechanically just being focused on, I love second spell each turn as like a condition for a triggered ability, and it's just so good. It's just such a good card. And then you've got some funkier stuff like your Terra Symbiosis. There's the big one. What's the big blue one that everyone's freaking out about? Oh yeah, Quantum Riddler. I think when this set dropped, we were talking about this set in our set review episode. Quantum Riddler was, I think, maybe my favorite card, or at least I mentioned it. And sure enough, it is just a messed up Magic card.
It's very messed up. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You've got Tezzeret.
Ruined somebody's day.
Yeah. You got Tezzeret. Yeah, there's just a ton in this set that I think, for me, and I love space too, so that's it. It's hard for me not to love this set. I think Luke shares a love for this set too, which he'll talk about in a little bit here. But yeah, just a fantastic Magic set. And those are my top three. So Tarkir, Ether Drift, and Edge of Eternities. How about you, Luke?
Yeah, those are, you're gonna hear a lot of the same over here. Because in my mind, only 3 sets came out this year. But no, I'm just kidding. But no, my favorite set of the year was Edges of Eternity. After that was Aether Drift. And then my third favorite was Spider-Man. And I'll tell you why in a second. So number 1, Edges of Eternity. I really like this set. This was just a slam dunk for me. I don't know. I loved everything about this set. And you're right that, like, some of the new mechanics that got brought to the table here were not as powerful as mechanics of the past, but I appreciate that they're trying something. You know what I mean? They are trying to make a new flavorful mechanic in a setting that we've never been to before, which is space, So I appreciate, like, give them their props. They are trying something new. You know what I mean? It's not, trying something new and flavorful. So I really, really, and actually, by the way, even though it was underpowered, in the vacuum that is, that vacuum of space that's Edge of Eternity, it actually was on a similar power level. So I yes, you were right that put one of these in a modern commander deck when you have the whole card pool to work with, and it's probably not the most powerful set and not the most powerful mechanics, but when you play a limited, you play just Edges of Eternity cards, it works. Also, I did like the new spacecraft type. I thought that was kind of a fun, new commander rule for the commander players out there. So that kind of opens up some new commander decks that can be made. It just kind of felt like a return to form a little bit. And also we got a good sliver out of it. Sliver card out of it. Not a sliver, but a sliver card out of it. Next up for me was Aether Drift. I'm kind of like you, where some people didn't like the hat set, but I like the flavoring of Tokyo Drift more than detectives. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What was that? I don't know. But I liked Aether Drift. And also I did like the speed mechanic. I thought it was kind of fun. You're right, it's lower powered compared to other ways to draw cards, but I thought it was kind of fun. I thought I didn't mind it. And yeah, I liked, I don't know, I liked this one.
Mhm.
And I actually hope that this idea of the set where like it includes multiple different universes in one set.
Right.
I hope we do that again.
Yeah, I think I forget if they've confirmed this or not, but there's the set next year where it's Jace. Like, I think he's like trying to Oh man, I shouldn't speak to this until I. Oh, let me pull it up quick because this is a point that I'd like to make here. I think it's reality fracture, where that's
Oh,
the idea
yeah.
of Jace. He's trying to like reality fracture. Okay, years of subtle machinations will finally shatter the facade, revealing a villain you'll have to see to believe, but not just yet. Will be unveiled soon. I think this is like there are rumors with Jace and like the multiple planes with reality fracture. I could be wrong there, but yeah, hopefully, like you were saying, Ether Drift, the multiplanar
Yeah.
set type thing is kind of realized once again in reality fracture.
I hope so. And I think that a lot of people considered Aether Drift as kind of like a lore miss, like a storytelling miss.
Mhm.
But I hope that that doesn't make Wizards shy away from that idea of having multiple different, worlds come together and collide. So yeah, I liked it. I liked as a flavor. I liked the speed mechanic. And yeah, you're right. It's not as powerful as other sets, but I'm okay with low power because I'm bad at this game. So it works for me.
Fair enough.
And then my last favorite set of the year is Spider-Man because
Okay.
I love to hate this set.
I see.
You know what I mean?
see.
And by the way, I didn't bring up Tarkir, and the reason why is because I never played it. I read the cards online.
That's fair.
Life was kind of going crazy. I was getting married around that time. I was doing like bridal showers and stuff around that time. So I kind of missed that set of the year. So I didn't want to include it. It looks great on paper, but I haven't played it. So I didn't want to speak on it. So that's my honorable mention, I guess you could say, is Tarkir. But I like Spider-Man because I love to hate it. It's just a failure in every way. Like I know that sounds bad, but like it's not even a playable set. You can't even draft it.
Yeah.
They had to come up with some weird Frankenstein way to make it playable. The set doesn't even work. So it's like not even just like on a like lore, story, art, like it just doesn't work.
Right.
Like, it doesn't even play. So and also we got a lot of like from the Omen Path gems, It just
Giant Craft Helm.
Giant Craft
Our
Helm,
beloved.
our beloved, our boy. So yeah, that was my third favorite set with Spider-Man.
Heck yeah, I can respect that. Yeah, Giant Craft Helm alone is just like peak Magic the Gathering in 2025. So I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Any other wins for you for Magic the Gathering this year, Luke?
I'd say one more quick thing. One more win was community tooling. I know that sounds weird, but there are a lot of things like Scryfall, Cube Cobra, MTG, JSON. I really discovered the external tooling around this game that makes it more fun, and especially this year because I didn't play as much Magic as I wanted to. But I was on Scryfall just about every night looking at cards and doing research or, going through people's cubes in Cube Cobra. And shout outs to all these guys. Also, what a missed opportunity from Wizards that like you need to supplement their game with third party tools made by other people. Like even Scryfall itself, like I'm kind of surprised. I mean, there is a card searching tool from Wizards, but it's pretty limited.
I think that's like, I mean, I agree that Wizards, being the creators of this game, should maybe have the best, I guess, archive for these cards.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes sense that the fan base would be the most dedicated to curating that. Like, for example, I look at things like from Soft Games. Like, if you look at like the wikis, like F Extra Life, for like boss information, like that's the whole, like your community is working on like curating the space for research for the game best. And I think yes, it's hard to say because I agree, Wizards, maybe there should be a greater effort to connect with or partner with things like Scryfall or Moxfield. But it is very cool that, you look at something like Cube Cobra and you know that it's just like a pure passion project from another like-minded person who loves this game. I do love
Yeah.
wikis like that. Like I'm trying to, another example is I'm trying to maybe get back into RuneScape right now.
Okay, all
they just
right.
released sailing is like a new skill.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you look at the wiki, you look at something like RuneLight, which is like the best way of playing the game, and it's all community plugins, community created plugins, and
Okay.
so I almost look at things like Scryfall and Cube Cobra as like an inherent like passion project from the community that loves this game. And I don't know how Wizards would even be able to encapsulate that within especially now with Papa Hasbro looking down upon its kingdom, and like I just feel like Wizards is probably just like so controlled or so confined within this corporate landscape that something like this is like not even in the cards, like not even on their.
Yeah. I can
I
see
mean, it's
that,
not
yeah.
that it's not on their radar, but it's like, yeah, it already
It's so low on their list of,
exactly
of priorities. Yeah.
for their shareholders and for
Yeah. Because that
Papa
doesn't
Hasbro.
really make as much money as putting out a
Yeah.
new set.
Yeah.
So, okay. I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess one way of monetizing. Oh, I don't even know how they would. I guess it would just be revenue. You'd probably have some sort of membership program, or I don't know. But it's just another one of those things where it's like, well, this already exists via
But you'd think it would be
Scryfall
part of like their community, like marketing budget. I don't
Mm.
know. But, no, I get you though. I get you. Yeah. And also too, sometimes when the corporation controls the fan run resources, it just kind of doesn't really work as well as like some guy whose life is to moonlight as,
Mhm.
the card database guy,
Yes, yeah, I think that's just kind of the point I'm
Yeah.
ultimately was trying to get to, is that like who else but the community that loves this game would embrace it to the point of like like Scryfall, like looking at this giant craft helm page that we have open here. Wizards isn't going to care that the card analyst like linking out to community tags for like where this card is applicable, or like
Yeah.
let's see how many cubes are running giant craft helm. Like this information is like solely for a very niche part of their player base, and it is not even about selling their product like at all. So
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, this is like, I love, me, Leland, the wild dog, loves giant craft helm. I'm glad there's another person who's dedicated to like curating the place for me to like look at all the data behind this
Yeah.
random magic card that Wizards very clearly does not care at all about.
Also, wait, I just realized something. Thanks to the community run data here, Giant Craft Helm is legal in every format. So not Doc Octopus, but Giant Craft Helm.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that if you somehow get a paper version of this, you could go to an official Legacy tournament and play it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. We just have to get to the point where, I mean, for certain, you know what? That is a really, really curious thing. I bet
Like
you
proxying is technically legal
yeah, for
these Omen Path cards.
proxy legal. I bet you I mean, there's in tournaments, a person who would know would be our buddy Taylor. But a lot of times the proxies you use have to reflect like an accurate printing of the card, like a proper, like this, like the Doc Ox Tentacles, like this is a card that is printed in paper, that if you proxied this via printer paper or what have you, this is representative of another card that is in paper. And I wonder if there's that distinction in the rules of tournaments that even support proxy copies that, Giant Craft Helm, even though it, like, to your point, this is a legal Magic the Gathering card in Legacy.
Yeah.
There technically isn't like a paper printing of Giant Craft Helm. Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I'm no lawyer.
We
gotta ask.
Okay, we
might have broken. Did we just break the tournament circuit?
We might have to. This might be an episode.
It might have to
where
be.
we proxy up like a Legacy deck and enter a proxy friendly Legacy tournament. I guarantee you there are rules that would prohibit us from using this card. There's no way we could sit down at a proxy friendly Legacy tournament with Giant Craft Helm in our deck list and play the tournament.
But here's another
clip it.
Like,
clip this.
Yeah. Here's
Jump
another
forward to our episode where we do it.
God. Here's another like weird thing though. So if you go to a Legacy tournament that is not proxy friendly,
right?
But this is a legal Legacy card that isn't in paper. So
you have to use the Universes Beyond.
I have to use. Okay, so you don't think that they would like let me print Giant Helm Craft and like it would let me play it because it's technically a Legacy legal card?
No, because in like a sanctioned event, you can't use proxies, and therefore you would.
No, but there's no other way to play that card unless you
Doc
proxy
Ox
it.
Tentacles is technically it's just the Universes Beyond in paper. Like this is. The thing that we're getting to here is this is a Magic the Gathering card. Doc Ox Tentacles. I know we hate to think it. This is the legal, real Magic card. Is this card? The Through the Omen Paths one. This is the god awful Through the Omen Paths arena, internet only, digital only printing.
Yeah.
But we really want to. We need to test this out because I guarantee you that there's some sort of like regional event that allows proxies that in their fine print doesn't define or prohibit the use of Omen Path printings, that we could get away with this. I bet you we could find one.
Yeah, we got to get Taylor in on this.
He'd be the guy to know.
He's our private.
He's
our private investigator. We're gonna hire
down. He would immediately be like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, he'd be mad if we even
He'd
bring
be
it up.
so mad.
He'd yell at us. We should do it,
Luke. We got to do this.
Yeah,
it has to be with Giant Craft Helm too.
Yeah, no other Omen Path card, only this one.
Just the one is like a sly. Because I guess if we did an entire deck, which I think would be very funny, that would probably get nixed immediately.
Yeah, probably.
We would show up and they'd be like, "No, get out of here." No one knows this. These are all fake arena cards. These aren't real cards. But if we had a deck that was primarily real cards, and I was like, "Oh, we just have a playset of
we just got
Doc
one or
Ox,"
two.
and when I went to print, I don't know, it just printed this one, I guess. I don't know. And just play it off like. But then someone's looking at your list and they see Giant Craft Helm. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Okay, on a side note, you don't have to include this, but like I tried to get a official proxy made of Giant Craft Helm for your Christmas gift, but it would have showed up like the first or second week of January. So I did the cruel tutor instead.
I love it.
But I was gonna frame a version of this.
Maybe we could hit up Claudia Posas and be like, "Hey,
we're a big fan of your work.
We love this. Can you do like a high quality printing of this art? Can you do playmats?"
I'm gonna reach out to him. We should reach out to him and just be like, "Do you have artist proofs?"
They should.
Probably not, but
They definitely don't. But that would be awesome.
any hizzle.
Speaking of Giant Craft Helm, it kind of ties into our losses of the year. For me, Universes Beyond. And again, not going to get into it here too much. I think talking long-term goals for Wild Dogs, or just goals for Wild Dogs for 2026, I don't want to focus on our disdain for Universes Beyond so much, so heavily, which is why, again, inspired the creation of our new show, Gold Hounds, where we just literally just talk about the cards we love. That's the entire bit of that show, and that's it.
Yep.
I want to like kind of hone that energy into Wild Dogs as well. Obviously, there are things about this game that we want to address here that are bad. Like, I don't want to like totally ignore failures like the Monster Hunter Secret Lair, but I don't want to sit here and talk about Giant Craft Helm. I mean, I do, don't get me wrong, I do, but I don't want to sit here and talk about Doc Ock's Tentacles because I don't like Doc Ock's Tentacles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So while Universes Beyond for me is like the biggest loss of the year for Magic the Gathering as a game, I am optimistic that we will be able to navigate that a little bit better on our show in 2026, because listening back, like, because we'll talk about our favorite episodes of the year in a little bit here, but listening back on our show, there's so many moments of like, well, Final Fantasy, am I right? You know, where it's like, oh God, where, you know, we'll address the things in stride and we'll be honest about our opinions. Well, I think that's important, but we don't have to sit and like, you know, shit on Giant Craft Helm for another, 20 minutes.
As fun as that sounds, we should probably be a little more constructive in our negative, attitude towards Universes Beyond.
Yeah, so that's my biggest loss is Universes Beyond, but I'm going to spin it into we're going to navigate Universes Beyond together, Luke, in 2026, because Lord knows there's going to be a lot of it.
And our listeners out there, you're not alone in disliking it as well. That yeah. And as constructive, feedback goes, because I don't want to become the Universes Beyond sucks show. I don't want to become that.
Yep.
But I will say a piece of constructive loss that we had with Universes Beyond, in my opinion, is that my biggest disappointment with Universes Beyond this year is that Universes Beyond cards are no longer receiving the special border treatment. So now it's just like everything else in Magic.
Yeah, I mean...
No longer is that like diamond, right? Did they have like a name for it?
It was a little triangle. I mean, it was literally just like that little triangle foil stamp at the bottom of the card, as well as like, the framing was slightly different too.
It's like hazier.
Yeah, and it was, the Universes Beyond frame, right?
Yeah.
And now, looking at going from Giant Craft Helm to the Spider-Man printing of Doc Ock's Tentacles, you can see it's the classic M15 frame, looks like any other rare artifact that you'd find. Like, what is it? The Dominion bracelet in Edge of Eternities, another rare artifact, literally looks identical to Doc Ock's Tentacles.
Yeah.
Minus the legendary header that the Dominion bracelet has. But I don't know. I'm a little bit bothered by this too. I wish they would have kept that little ugly triangle at the bottom, which worked for, like, again, it stylized it. Like, I liked the little ugly triangle.
I thought it looked good.
On my Lord of the Rings cards. On my One Ring, it was like, oh yeah, this is from something that's not Magic.
Yeah, this is special.
And it
is not from Magic.
Yeah, and I thought it was good having something that delineated it from Universes Within stuff. But no, we're back to the just classic foil stamp. And I think they did that because now it's in standard. These are just
these are just a normal Magic card. Nothing to see here.
So I agree. I think I will miss the Universes Beyond frame as well, now that you mention it.
Yeah, that's my biggest loss of the year.
All right. Well, we made it through our Wizards Magic the Gathering product based section of our review here.
Yeah.
Our game review, I guess I should say. The review of Magic the Gathering, the game for
Yes.
2025. Let's take a peek at Wild Dogs in 2025.
Let's do it.
What was your favorite episode, Luke, that we did this year?
My favorite episode was the first episode of Gold Hounds.
Yes.
I really liked it. That was my favorite episode. Not only was it my favorite episode to prepare for, because I just, I like looking through the history of Magic and looking at cards and doing research on them. And, I like that part of the game. So I enjoyed the background of it, but also I think it felt like a perfect mix of, it was very casual, but also was informative.
Right.
It was, that's kind of what I think we strive for. And I think we kind of nailed it on the head with this one. So I liked our first Gold Hounds episode was my favorite.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, I think the fun part about Gold Hounds moving forward, and we're going to record one of those, spoilers.
Hypothetically,
something to look.
it's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, I think episode 2 of Gold Hounds is coming out probably in January at some point. Early January is what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so fun learning about cards like Scourge of the Nobilis. Like here's a card that it's iconic to Eventide, to Lorwyn block Magic, to that era, but is also a card that maybe not a lot of players are super familiar with today. An even better example of that might be Battlegate Mimic. This card. This is the perfect example of what Gold Hounds means, along with the true inspiration for it, which was
at the bottom.
Is it number 1?
Yeah.
Or number 10? Yeah. Thundersong Trumpeter, which we talked about in the Cube episode, where you're talking about your Pauper Cube. These are the cards, Battlegate Mimic and Thundersong Trumpeter. These are the cards that are just so fun to discover and investigate.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of Gold Hounds, is rediscovering the cards we love in Magic, and then also trying to dig deep and find some little nuggets of info about Battlegate Mimic. What is this card? Well, it's part of this super niche set of cards where it's a cycle of whenever you cast a spell that's both blank and blank, there's only 5 of those in all of Magic the Gathering, and they're all in Lorwyn block, So that's what's, I agree. It was really fun to record that episode and kind of start a new little pocket of positivity in Magic. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Agreed. Yeah. And I hope this kind of spurs on other people to do the same as us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go back and see, go back through the history of this game and, discover, Soul Ring is in every deck in Commander, but hey, there might be some other gems from lost sets that you might find something cool that you can put into one of your decks today.
Absolutely. There's one card, I think it's Golden Hind. Yeah. Instead of Soul Ring, go find the Golden Hinds of Magic, which is just a 2/1 elk for 2 that taps for a green. So it's
Perfect.
Instead of your Soul Ring or your Arcane Signet, or I guess even for a 2 mana, this is a Sakura Tribe Elder replacement kind of.
Yeah.
Play Golden Hind. Why not?
Why not? Same thing.
Dig for these gems. Go dig for the gems.
I love it.
So I think my favorite episode was probably when we did our top 5 cards in our Magic collections, where we sat down.
That was a good one.
We each picked the 5 physical cards that I think mean most, or at least at the time meant the most to us. I think that may have evolved a little bit here over the past year. But it was just really fun to hear some of your stories about memories associated with these cards and why they're important to you in your Magic journey. And then obviously giving you the artist proof Zabaz in there as a kind of a fun little surprise, and just a bachelor party gift to Luke at the time. It was just I'd been waiting and waiting and waiting to get it. Had literally been sitting in my office for months, and I was I'll just give it to him now. I'll just give it to him now. Yeah. And then I saving it for that episode. It was just so fun. And Yeah, definitely a big, I don't know, it just felt like a good Wild Dogs moment, you know?
Agreed. And that card is still on my desk.
I love it. Yeah, and then I've got my Croxa artist proof. So we've got our favorite legendary creatures on our desk with us at all times, and it ties us together as Wild Dogs.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Onto, I guess, a more individual personal review of our own experience with Magic this year. What was your favorite MTG project this year, Luke?
Ooh. I would say I have a couple. Number one, my Slivers Commander deck. I finally did it. I've been looking at this tribe for a while. People said you're a scumbag if you make that. People said you suck. But I think that I successfully made a Slivers deck that is not overpowered.
I love it.
So I think I did it, guys. Which is funny. Usually when you make a commander deck, you want to make something that is as powerful as possible.
Right.
I was doing the opposite. I was trying to make a commander Slivers deck that is at the same power as our group, which is
Nice.
like power 2, I think.
Bracket two.
Bracket
A
2.
bit more chill.
Yeah.
Chill Slivers. Yeah, don't
Chill
typically you don't
Slivers.
hear that too often.
It was hard to do, but you know what? Someone had to do it. So your
I
boy
love
made that. And then I would say another thing too is the pauper cube I made. I haven't put it in paper yet, and it's probably going to transform and change. But just learning about cube this year was really fun, and it was kind of, I feel like it answered a lot of the things I've been looking for to get out of Magic recently. So, yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I mean to stay on the love for cube train. Yeah, it's been a big year. You know, I was just again, shout out Recross the Paths. Cade did a kind of cube gratitude episode, which you should check out on Recross the Paths, where
Check it out.
he just had a bunch of people from the community submit little blurbs about, 1 minute blurbs of things that they're grateful for in Magic, in Cube specifically this year. And
Okay.
I just noted how it to me, like, totally exemplifies the kind of grounding creative aspect of building lists of Magic cards. Building cube lists in particular is just such a meditative process for me. It's such like obviously starting with building in Singleton with Commander and being in love with building around these legendary creatures is kind of the starting point for me. And now kind of designing and formulating a format in the form of a 360 card cube. At the beginning of the year, it was a 180 card Tubert. It's now evolved into a 360 card cube. And just through that process, that might, not just for this year, 2025, that might be the Anhava N, I think, represents kind of everything that I care about in Magic has been slowly guiding me towards building cubes and just cube in general. I think, to your point, maybe answering some of the woes we have with Commander and just maybe not Commander, but like kind of where Magic has gone in the last couple years. Cube is just like, you get to curate an environment for everyone to play with that is all the cards that you love.
Yeah.
And it allows you to share that in a way that everyone can engage with them. And like every time we sit down and draft Cube, or just draft in general, whether it be the origin story of Wild Dogs when we drafted Dominaria Remastered for the first time, and everyone was opening up Wild Dogs and like, oh, Wild Dogs, Dogs, getting that moment, but forever in Cube is just, that's my favorite project of 2025 is kind of starting and like really shaping my perspective on Magic in that way. Is just Cube is just awesome. Like I don't have any other way of putting it, but besides that, the Anhava Inn is my new pride and joy for Magic.
I love it.
I love, obviously I love Croxa as my dual commander / Canadian Highlander deck. I love Preston the Vanisher as kind of my like pet deck for EDH, and he'll always be my favorite, or one of my favorites amongst my favorite commanders. Beyond Havin is now just like, it's me in Magic form in some senses.
I love that.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about kind of our goals for 2025 coming up, and a lot of mine naturally, as I'm expressing, are going to be cube oriented. But yeah, the Anhavin cube, it's definitely my favorite project of the year. If I have to speak on Commander, I still obviously love the format. I still love building Commander decks. Some of my favorites from this year were upgrading the Sultai Arisen and Primal Genesis precons. So kind of an old and a new precon that I expanded and built upon. I have the Atris and Gyruda Dimir Mill deck that I built. Had a lot of fun with that. And then finally, once again, Hashatan kind of taking over as my zombie deck. I used to have a Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver. It's one of my first commander decks I ever built.
That's awesome.
And I just kind of moved away from that deck. It was just, when you first learn about tutors, you're like, oh, that's so cool. And you first learned about infinite combos.
What is
this? That's so cool. And then you sit down and you play, I've played the Dimir zombie deck a few times with our play group, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this kind of sucks. Like, I just get to win the game on turn 2 for like not doing nothing, interacting with my opponents at all, or I don't even need to attack. I just build a zombie army and just kind of win. So that, my Dimir deck is now Atris and Gyruda. My zombie deck is now Hashatan, which is also very powerful commander, very powerful effect, but it's still something that you can have a fun game of commander with. So yeah, I think commander, those are my favorite parts of commander for this year. But I think for me, Magic 2025, it's been a cube year. It's just been a cube year.
It's been a cube year. Yeah, no, cube is great.
All right, let's move into our top 5 cards of 2025. We're going to move through these a little bit quickly, but I do want to touch on each card. Just give a quick overview of the card. We don't have to talk about them at length, but we'll just run through each of our top 5 favorites. According to Scryfall, there were 1,928 cards printed in paper. They're brand new first printings.
That's a lot
in 2025. Yeah, pretty substantial amount of cards.
A lot of cards in there.
So paring that down to 5 was actually pretty easy for me.
It was easy for me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Off the rip, I knew what these were.
I immediately knew, and I tried to pick one card from each of my top 3 favorite sets, and then 2 which are from the commander product of 2 of those sets. So real quick, I'm going to run through my top 5 cards. Number 1 from Tarkir Dragonstorm, we have Tursa Light Shatter. She's in my Graveyard Matter cube because she deals with discarding, drawing, that looting effect, and then you get card advantage out of whenever she attacks. If you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, effectively threshold, you get card advantage by exiling that card from your graveyard, and you get to play it this turn. So in a lot of ways, Tursa represents what I love about red as a whole in Magic. Aggro, card selection, and she's just very cool. So that's my number 5. Number 4, we've got and I couldn't pick one, so I just picked them all. The new Gear Hulks.
Yes.
You were talking about Kaladesh, the OG Gear Hulks. Those are some of my favorite. I have some of those in my cube. I also have some of these new Gear Hulks in my cube.
I love it.
Most notably, I would say, I think I have 3 of them. I've got Coalstoke Gear Hulk, Oil Deep Gear Hulk, and Riptide Gear Hulk in my cube currently. My favorite being, naturally, I'm the Rakdos guy. Coalstoke Gear Hulk, one of my favorite cards of the year. What can I say about this card besides it's just
cool?
It's just sweet. It's
it's just cool.
It's just cool. A big 5/4 menace with Death Touch. Like, this is a beater in limited and also on ETB, which you can abuse in a lot of different ways in a Graveyard Matter environment. You get to effectively kind of Goryo's Vengeance, or quickly reanimate and give haste to another card in your graveyard, another creature in your graveyard, make it an immediate threat, swing out with it. Love it. Top to bottom, Coldstoke Gearhulk, one of my favorite cards.
Super
Period.
cool.
At number 3, my boy, Ice Till Explorer. I don't really think I have to say much about this card.
I think it's like the best card in the set.
I think it might be. Everyone saw this card and like, oh, yeah, this just goes in every green deck, lands matter deck. Yeah, very, very cool. Allows you to play an additional land each turn.
Power creep in a nutshell right here.
You can play lands from your graveyard, and then on landfall, you get to mill a card. So it just fuels your bin, allows you to play lands from your bin, and you get to play more lands every turn. So if you like lands, you like Ice Till Explorer. At number 2, we've got Colossal Grave Reaver. I've actually been counting these backwards, I'm realizing. I think Terse is probably my favorite. So she's 1, Gearhulk's 2, Ice Till 3. Number 4, we've got Colossal Grave Reaver. I had to point to this card because obviously it's an extremely powerful effect for graveyard decks. It's also in that Sultai Dragonstorm Precon that I love. But also in a weird way, this was part of a niche dredge list that came out as a vintage, Bizarre Baghdad classic vintage dredge list that had this Dragonlord Culligan. It was like a very kind of fun spin on dredge, which is my favorite vintage deck of all time. And this saw like a very niche deck. Shout out Fire Truck Moto, I think is the channel. He's kind of like the dredge guy on YouTube. And he put together this list with Colossal Grave Reaver when this dropped. And love this card. It's very fun.
Cool.
And then finally, my number 5 has to be Hashton Scarab's Fist. Again, this is from that little period of Aether Drift of this year. That was a super, super high point of the year for me, for Magic. And the second this card was previewed or got spoiled, I was like, yep, this is my new zombie commander. He looks awesome. He's an Esper. He has a triggered ability that is so easy to abuse. I made a bunch of custom Hashiton tokens, 4/4 black zombie copies of all these creatures. So that was like a fun little project. And I have to shout out Hashiton because he's so sweet. So those are my top 5 cards of 2025. How about you, Luke?
All right, I also did my numbers in the wrong order, so I will do it backwards.
Sounds good.
So my number 5 card of the year has to go out to our boy Giant Craft Helm.
Easy.
We've talked about him a lot.
Easy money.
He's multiple episodes, showstopper. Got to be on the list. Okay, number 4. I had Frostcliff Siege, which was an enchantment from Tarkir, one of the standouts for me. I love this type of modal. Basically, you choose Jeskai or Timur or Temur. Whatever you want to call it. And if you choose Jeskai, everything, you draw cards whenever you do damage. And then if you do Temur, it's you get all your creatures get trample, hasten +1/+0. And I love this kind of like you get to pick in this certain situation. Sometimes you're behind, so you need card draw. Sometimes you need more damage because it's late game. Then you do Temur. Also, the artwork on it is very cool. It's a battle scene, and you have like frost giants fighting, like, I don't know, winged creatures. You got a battlefield. It's just all around really cool card.
That flavor text, though.
Oh, yeah. And the flavor text says, differing philosophies were debated by bloodshed. It's
badass. Come on.
Super metal. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, this is why I'm like, man, I want to go back and maybe draft this, Tarkir dragon guy. I don't know.
Heck yeah. I loved the sealed, the pre-release, so I would be way down to draft this for sure.
Okay, I'm down. Maybe we'll do that this year, and we'll we'll play it out. Okay, number 3. I had Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. I love artifacts. He is the throw
So
this in
good.
any artifact deck ever, and it will do well.
He's messed up. He's
Also,
so messed
$3
up.
for this guy. What are we doing? What are we doing? Power creep. It's just insane. Also, he just looks cool.
Oh yeah, looks so
He-
badass.
I like Tezzeret. I always have, and I like that he's made his way to space. It's very cool. I really like this card. Okay, number 2, kind of a weird one, is Kratos Stoic Father, which was in a recent PlayStation Secret Lair. And I know that we've been ragging on Universes Beyond, but this is actually a Universe Beyond card that I like. It's God, Tribal, and Boros, and it features one of my favorite games of all time's protagonist. So I'm sorry, take my money. I bought it. Shoot me. I don't know.
What was the because this is you got the full God of War Secret Lair, right?
Yeah, I got the Norse one, which apparently was not the one to get, because the mono red one, I think that the the Kratos God of War card in there is worth like $100 now. Yeah,
This one?
Yeah, this one.
I thought this was the same. Oh, weird. I don't know why they
No.
did
I got
that.
the Norse one because I liked all the characters from the Norse one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you should do it.
I mean,
Oh my God, it is
yeah,
$50.
right? Oh, it's $50. Okay. So it's not 100 yet, but it's
Dang.
50. That's the one I bought.
I would have got this one too.
Yeah, this
for
is
sure.
I mean, like, this is, I don't know. Also, look, I had a PS2 back in the day. I didn't play this because I was like 10. I was like 12 years old when the PS2 came out, so I wasn't playing God of War on PS2. Okay,
Yeah.
but I was playing God of War on PS4, baby. So when I was an
Oh,
adult,
yeah.
so I really
It's got
love
Freya
this.
too.
Yeah, Freya's in there too.
Dang. So are you gonna build the
Yeah.
Atreus and
Yep.
Kratos? Oh, that's so
Yep,
sweet.
and I'm
dude.
doing all gods, every god I can that's color that fits in the color. I'm gonna play it in that deck. So yeah, really excited about this deck. So yeah, Kratos Stoic Father was my second favorite card this year, and my favorite card, I've already talked about it, Thrumming Hive Pool.
Let's go.
It's a sliver staple. All slivers get +1/+1 and have double strike and haste. It's just
I mean, yeah, seems good.
It's very good. There's also it's at $1 now, which is insane because when this card came out, it was $15, $20. So gone down in price. Go out there, get yourself a good sliver card.
The art is so cool too. It's just like this big. Well, it's a hive pool of slivers.
Also, okay, that's a fun thing too. Is like online people don't know where the slivers came from. That's kind of part of their lore.
Right.
And now it's kind of like this card insinuates that they came from space.
Right. Yeah.
So, and
Some
which
deep
kind of makes
sliver
sense.
lore.
'Cause
Yeah.
they're everywhere. They're in every, slivers are on every plane, just about. Kind of makes sense. So, yeah, that was my my top 5 cards of the year.
Heck yeah. All right, on to the final section of the show is talking about 2026. The future of Wild Dogs, kind of what our plans are for next year.
What are our 2026 New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
As Wild Dogs goes.
So, in terms of our, I guess, personal Magic plans for next year, I kind of expressed cube, and more cube. Going to keep working on the Anhava Inn. Would love to start drafting it with more regularity, getting a crew together for that. And I've also got a couple other ideas for other cube projects that might be coming down the pipeline here. So yeah, cube is kind of my primary Magic goal for next year. How about you?
I love it. My big goal for next year is events. I want to create a monthly, like, local, have all the boys come over once a month and we can all play, just like a regular staple, like, hey, the second Tuesday of every month, everybody comes over to my house and we all play at the kitchen table. Bring your babies, bring your homework, whatever you got. It doesn't matter,
I love it.
And so that's kind of my big thing for next year that I want to do is pull off a monthly, all the boys get together.
Heck yeah.
And maybe we meet some new friends and they come too. That's what Magic's all about after all. So
Well, I'll be there. Count me in.
I'll be there too because it's at my house.
Yeah.
So
A question that we had last year that I thought was worth bringing back for this year is what decks do you plan on making in 2026? For me, I know in last year's, our last year's wrapped for 2024, I talked about really fixating on this 32 or having a commander deck for each color combination, all 32 color combinations. For me, mine's kind of on the back burner for sake of, newfound interest in Cube more so. If a commander comes along that I'm inspired by, I might, try to build it. But I'm not going to try to force it as I kind of was last year, where I was really trying to grind out a deck for all 32.
yeah.
Now I'm just going to kind of do that as they kind of come to me.
Okay.
I will say that I do have a bunch of commander projects that are almost put together in paper, or at least somewhat realized. Those being Katarina and Crom, which is my Jeskai deck, Vile Smasher and Gilanra, which will be my Jund deck. I've got Kyodai, which is my 5-color dragon Grave Flicker deck, which I talked about I think last year. That I have most of it together. It's just sitting in a box right now.
I love it.
I've got Felithar. I've got Old Border Crosis because I've got this old Japanese heavy played beat to crap Crosis, which is just so cool. And then Sylvos, which has been sitting on my desk. My next mono green deck has just been sitting on my desk for like months. So yeah, I've got 6 or 7 decks that I have in my office in some capacity that I just need to, take the time, put them together in paper. So slowly plugging away here with commander decks, I guess you could say. And yeah, again, I'm just going to be focusing in on cube design. Probably not going to put a ton in paper. I'm really going to focus in on Hava in, just giving drafts in with that, putting in the reps there, fine tuning it over the next many years likely.
Yeah.
But this year, especially 2026, now that I've kind of have it together, I want to play with it, sit down, actually draft it and fine tune it as we go. So that'll be, kind of cheating the question there because it's not a deck that I'm planning on making in 2026, but it will be in terms of, actually physically changing cards and then building with, it'll be that'll be the main one for me for sure.
Heck yeah.
So how about you, Luke?
For me, I built a pauper cube this past year, but I've been doing a lot of research online, and I think what I'm really trying to build is a beginner cube.
I love that so much
Because like I'm as I become an old man, I'm kind of I'm kind of becoming more and more of somebody that's teaching others how to play Magic,
right?
Know, whether it be family members, friends that have been interested in the game, So I want a way to, because Commander's an awful way to teach people how to play Magic. It's the worst.
It's the worst way to learn Magic, and it's unfortunately
what's pushed.
It's what's pushed, and it's a common way for people to learn Magic these days.
It's an awful way to learn Magic. So, also too, I don't want to tell people like, "Hey, come and buy this pack, this $40, pre-release pack, and then we'll jam that out." Like, I want a low barrier to entry to teach people how to play Magic, and so that was kind of the goal. That's what the Pauper Cube went. But I learned that's actually like a whole thing in the community. There's a whole bunch of people that are making like, "Hey, here's baby's first Magic cubes."
Right.
And it includes all different, commons, uncommons, mythics, rares. It's all there. So I want to create a cube that looks like that. That's my big goal. And then as Commander goes, I want to put Kratos, the God tribal deck, in paper. I also want to. I created a Ryu deck. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, and so I want to put that in paper. And then I'm gonna say this every year, but the last commander deck I ever make is gonna be Progenitus.
Yes.
And it's gonna be just like my love letter to the game of Magic and all of its famous creatures. And it's a 5-color deck, and it's gonna be my final commander deck I ever build.
I love it.
And so I will always be chipping away at this deck.
I think I found the Grand Prix tournament promo where it's just a foil Progenitus with the big secret lair star, the magic star.
Yeah.
I got this for you. It was just in like a bulk bin at I think GU Franklin. I was like, oh. So you've already got the blinged out Progenitus to,
and it's in the deck
start
box.
The project.
That's gonna be the one.
Yeah, see, right?
Yeah,
right.
Which you need to sign.
I would love to sign it for sure.
But so those are my projects this year.
Nice, I love it. And then finally goals for Wild Dogs. I would love to do some video content. I know Luke now has this house. We've got like a pseudo set.
Yeah, we got an area
going on.
We got a corner in the house that my wife said we can use.
Our little podcasting hovel that we will embrace, and got chairs to sit in basically, and
that's all you need.
Yeah.
A podcast mic and a dream, baby.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
So yeah, I'd love to try some video content this year. I know it's hard to fit in the time for some of that high level production stuff, but would also love to do some streams. Those are easy enough. Whether it be just like going through my collection, card sorting, deck techs, or even just playing some MTGO, vintage cube drafts. Who knows? The world is our oyster. So yeah, I think streams would be fun. Some video content would be fun. And then ultimately just sticking to our release schedule. Right now it's once monthly. And then I'd love to have the intermittent Goldhounds episodes.
Yeah.
So ideally we're pushing at least one Wild Dogs episode a month. And then with a supplementary Goldhounds episode, I think would be awesome. So we'll try to start the year strong with that and take it from there. We're busy, folks.
Yeah,
but would love to do that for sure.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'd say my goal for Wild Dogs this year is same thing you said with the video content and regular release schedule. But I also want to sell you guys some stuff. I want to. When I say that, I mean like I want. Let me reiterate. Yeah, let me explain that. Like I want to create a play mat and sell it to you guys. I want to create a Wild Dogs play mat. I want to create tokens. I've even been floating the idea of making our own secret lair. We won't call it secret lair for legal reasons. We'll call it like the Dog's Den or something. I don't know.
Right. I love that actually.
But I want to create. I want to commission some artwork and create proxies of our own, create our own secret layers. So that'd be something I want to do this next upcoming year.
Yeah, I already have a couple playmat designs in mind. Some basic ones, but I also have a couple ideas too. So
okay, I love it.
Yeah, I dig it.
Hopefully we don't get sued.
And yeah, finally, just thank you as a listener for joining us for yet another year of Wild Dogs. It's been again another joy to hang out with one another and create this show and share it with you. So yeah, thanks again for listening, and we hope to hang out with you once again in 2026 moving forward.
Thank you guys.
All right, we're going to sign off here with a classic Scryfall random spirit creature of the week, our last one of 2025. Let's see what we get here. Oh, immediately. Well, this is a 2020. This is from last year. It doesn't have to be, but that's a card that's very emblematic of last year. So I'm going to take my mulligan and immediately mulliganed into something absolutely ridiculous, this is going to be a reader. Did you find something yet, Luke?
I found something.
All right, I'll let you lead it off here.
All right, I got Soldevi Machinist,
Okay.
which says summon wizard, and you tap it, and it says add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool. This mana may only be used to pay the activated cost of an artifact. Play this ability as an interrupt. And then the flavor text says, perhaps this time the power of the artificers shall be used wisely. And then Arkham Dagson Soldevi Machinist.
That is some incredible art.
Yeah, it's like an old man staring at a key. It's pretty good.
Which, yeah, and he's Arkham Dagson. The card is, just a cracked card. I mean, he's Tinker on a stick.
Yeah, he is.
So, yeah, kind of a cool pull because I've never seen this card before. Soldevi Machinist.
Also, I didn't know he was legendary until we saw the other print.
Yeah, dude. He's pretty cool. Yeah, what cool art of him in his kind of what appears to be workshop or tower, and you can see in the background the beach behind him. He's on some sort of like islet or peninsula.
No, this is cool.
I dig it. That's a good one. Mine's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of maybe a good one to end the year on, but I
think so.
I got Greater Morphling from Unhinged. It's an unhinged card, so it's a silver bordered creature shapeshifter for 8 mana for 6 blue. You get a 5/5 creature shapeshifter with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 activated abilities, all of which cost 2 colorless mana. I'm just going to run through all of them real quick. They're all pretty absurd, and this looks like an absolute bomb. I mean, at 8 mana, this is pretty unplayable, but I'm sure if you're drafting Unhinged or whatever, this is a fun one to play with. So you get this 5/5 with a bunch of abilities. The first one of which is this creature gains your choice of banding, Bushido 1, double strike, fear, flying, first strike, haste, landwalk of your choice, protection from a color of your choice, provoke, rampage 1, shadow, or trample until end of turn.
Oh, really? Okay.
Second ability, this creature becomes the colors of your choice until end of turn. Colors, plural, kind of interesting. The third one is this creature becomes the creature type of your choice until end of turn. The fourth one is this creature's expansion symbol becomes the symbol of your choice until end of turn.
Very weird.
Fifth one is this creature's art becomes by the artist of your choice until end of turn. The sixth one is this creature gets +2, -2, or -2, +2 until end of turn. And the seventh one is untap this creature. Again, all of which cost 2 mana of any color.
That's a good one to end the year on, I think.
Also, Greg Staples is the artist, and his artist byline is Greg 6-pack Staples.
Yeah, it is. Let's go.
Shout out Greg 6-pack Staples.
I hope he's doing good today.
Yeah. On that note, we will see you all in 2026. The next episode's Food for Thoughtcast question is, what was your favorite year of Magic? Seems pretty apt. It's a good one, Luke.
Pretty good.
Be sure to listen to the next episode to hear our answers. Again, we'll see you in 2026 for our next Food for Thoughtcast question. Feel free to connect with us over on X or Instagram at Wild Dogs Pod. And if you'd like to sponsor the show, please reach out to us via email at wilddogspodcast@gmail.com. Finally, thanks to Johnny Bartlett for creating the intro and outro music. Until next time, Wild Dogs out.
Thanks, everyone.
It's a magical time of year where sleigh bells ring. Ooh, when all the planeswalkers walk and you can hear them sing. Christmas,
Slinging spells through the night,
Christmas,
powerful beings of light,
Christmas,
winning glory on disco in the morning sun. Our commander game is never done. When you lose, it's tragic. I'm still so magic.
Happy Magic the Gathering Christmas.